maybe he felt like he needed, or we need to feel like we need him for us to progress. Whereas in my head, the only person that I needed to progress was me. I control my own destiny.
I'm Rippz, and this is the RE-VERS show. This is a show that brings you anything between songwriters, artists, DJs, and comedians. If you're one of those, please get in contact at the RE-VERS show at gmail.com. Episode 3 of season 1, and I've got one of the pioneers of grime, well, in my opinion, in the building. Yeah? And this person has gone through strength to strength to strength in regards to the scene and is still, in my eyes, relevant. Today, I bring to you none other than Clipson Official. How you doing, bro?
They are.
How you doing, man?
Good, happy to be here, Rippz.
Man, it's been long anticipated, man. It's been long anticipated. I've wanted to get you in, obviously, for the first one, but obviously, it's just how the things aligned in regards to getting you in, cool. You know what I mean? So everything in its own time.
When it's happened when it's supposed to happen.
You know what I mean?
Like literally from the first time that you said to me that you was doing this, I was like, yeah, man, I'm involved. So when we pencil the date in, we get it cracking.
We got it cracking. And we're here today.
We're here.
I appreciate
you,
man. Well, I know who you are. And obviously we've grown up partially, I think from the age of 15 probably up till now. But
yeah, it might have even been earlier than that still.
It may have been when you was the dynamic trio, you lot were criminals.
Nah.
Three of you.
When I'm going further back than that. I'm talking about Skelton's Lane. Early doors.
Bro.
Early doors.
That's at least.
Yeah.
If you're talking Skelton's Lane, no, I can't even put it.
You got to think, bro. We go back to then. That's like, I'm sure that might even be before man starting secondary school. Because I remember going Skelton's Lane from early doors.
A lot of that time has been spent, and I've forgotten actually how far we've actually gone back. That's what's mad about it.
Yeah.
That's what's mad.
Trust me.
That's what's mad. See? Cherish your young days, kids. You do not want to grow up too early.
Yeah.
You don't want to grow up too early. I think
he's trying to remember everything from the young days as well, because so much used to go on that you forget, even with music. But here we are.
Here we are. Well, like I said, I know who you are, but please explain to the people that are watching this who Clipson is.
All right, so it's Clipson, formerly known as Clipper. East London, born and raised, grew up grime, garage music. I first started writing bars in like 2003, 2004, so around the times I was doing my GCSEs. I was going on radio with my brother, DJ Fahrenheit, and he basically said to me, write 8 bars, and then you can come on radio.
So he motivated you then?
Yeah, it's a bit of motivation. So I was like, all right, cool. I got to it. And like, literally the first year of secretly being an MC, and in school no one knows about it, none of the man them really know, I went on radio with my brother. Went on Mystic. Went on Mystic Radio.
Was that in Enfield?
Nah, that was in Hackney. That was on Hackney Road. On Summer Estate in the Towers. One of the estates.
I don't think I was introduced to it then.
Yeah, but I went on with him, Friskelero, Dogman, and yeah, a couple other guys from Bow as well. But started doing the radio thing for maybe half a year, and then we got to a point where we had a guest radio show before us, and it was Ozzy B, Nico, and Mundi. And I think they liked what they heard, and Two Lippy was with us as well. Big up Lippy.
Big up Lippy.
He was like the middle man, because I think he went to school with Ozzy, and he went to school with Ozzy. Ozzy went to the same school, not with, but went Holy Family.
Did Ozzy go? I don't think Ozzy went Holy Family.
Yeah.
Because I went Holy Family. I didn't
Don't remember.
And Ozzy, was it Ozzy in Holy Family?
Ozzy, yeah, he went Holy Family.
I can't remember him.
As far as I can remember, he went Holy Family, because that was the link. But we done like a guest radio show, and that's the first time I was spitting with like Nico and Ozzy. And they just said, come to the Heat FM set we've got on Friday, I think it was. And it was gas these times, so I'm like, raw, more fire, like.
Obviously.
I think I was like 15. I was just like, raw, like, come on radio. So we went on radio on a Friday, and again, it was a vibe. They liked what they heard. And then this was around the times when younger crews were being formulated. So there was like Fire Youngers, there was Nasty Youngers, there was Kids in the Hood, who was the youngers of Boys in the Hood.
1 or 2 was on that New Era song.
Yeah, so that's what it came to. Like, it basically, Forward came out the summer of 2004.
Okay.
And around that same time is when I officially linked up with More Fire and was part of Fire Youngers.
Okay.
And then they done the younger version, which was New Era, that same summer. But at that point, I think there was only Younger Slew them. There was only a few crews that was classed as Youngers, because there was Scare Them, where they was just a crew, outright crew. They wasn't Younger Scare Them or anything like that. But yeah, Slew Them and More Fire had Youngers and Nasty, but there weren't any Nasty crew Youngers on there. That's what it was. Around that time, the Youngers, they wanted to do a Youngers anthem, and I missed that New Era song because I was taking an exam, GCSE exam.
Was you not on the song?
I'm not on New Era. I'm not on New Era. I'm in the video, but I'm not on it.
Why did I think you was on the track?
Because I was about, with everything. When that tune was going on, I was about fully. So it 100% should have been on that tune.
You should have been.
But I went to do a GCSE exam.
Oh my God, this whole
time. And Two-Face booked the studio session during the time I was doing the exam, didn't change it and didn't leave no room to say, oh, come and put the verse down tomorrow. It's just like, all right, we're getting it all done today and it's wrapped. So I was like, all right, calm. Maybe I weren't meant to be on that tune.
Or maybe he was just hating for you to be on that tune.
Nah, you weren't hating. Nah, it's too early for that. It's too early for that.
Sorry.
I think it was just bad timing, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, a slide definitely could have been given.
Of course.
Come on, your team is saying someone's going to come tomorrow or another day.
Exactly.
Like it could have been done, but look, man, it is what it is. I feel like it was supposed to happen like that because New Era come, it bust off. All the guys on there, they basically enjoyed their time being on that tune, getting the love and going to raves and getting reloads and all that. That was all good. And that's around the time when Channel U was birthed. So it was all good. But then a year later, I jumped on No with Fire Camp. So
yeah, that was a hit.
That for me was more like, in terms of being out there, that was like my entry into that world of videos and on the big songs or whatever you want to call it. Like the household grime tracks from back in that day, there's a handful, and No is one of them.
Okay.
So I weren't too mad that I weren't on New Era. I still supported the thing like I was on it. But yeah, Fire Camp No, that song was my sort of... People that listen to pirate radio and that might have heard of me, and people in the end heard of me. But in terms of out there in the scene, that's what I can go back to.
Yeah.
If someone asks me, oh, like, what tunes have you been on? So you know that tune, No. Can you bring it to the Fire Camp? No. And then get in the tune. They're like,
I really like that song. And where everyone was in school at the time as well when that came out. You know what I mean? It was a big thing.
Yeah, but even that, I was first year college
when that came out.
That was 2005.
No, we was doing our last GCSEs.
When New Era came out,
Yeah.
we was doing our GCSEs.
Yeah.
But forward a year later to when we done No, and that come out.
Okay, yes. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah. So
that's all 20 years, you know.
Oh, you did shit. Man just came out that age group.
No, that's 20 years back.
One time.
Yeah.
And I hear you though. Fast forward and let's take a rewind back. What was your first crew that you was in?
Wow. First crew.
Yeah. That you started. Obviously, you went to the radio with your brother.
Yeah.
And then obviously you must have
I can't even
formulated
think what my
something.
brother's crew was called.
Oh, so you wasn't in the crew with your brother?
No, like I wasn't like I was part of the crew, but then again, what was the name of the crew? I don't even remember the name of the crew. My brother might say, but to be honest, it was so long ago and it was only a short period. Like I've always been associated with music with my brother Farah.
Okay.
But I couldn't tell you what the name of his crew was back then. So I couldn't tell you. The first crew would have been Fire Youngers. Before that, I think I was just like sort of
solo act.
Yeah, solo. Like, it's bad because there was a crew in my school that I was sort of, where I was the year below, I was trying to gain entry into.
What do you mean?
So that like there was guys in the year above.
Yeah.
They had a crew.
Okay.
And I was trying to get into that crew because that's the only crew that I knew about.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it's like I'm in school and they know I'm spitting. We're going youth centre and we're spitting at youth centre. So it's kind of like I was with their crew, but it didn't transpire anywhere. It's like, as soon as I started spitting properly, my brother took me under his wing and we was on radio.
Fair enough.
So-
R.I.P. the youth centres, by the way.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they
All gone.
done a lot. That was practice hours, but come on, man. We could be talking about youth centres for time. Like they was what we needed after school. You
Even in
learn
the
so
summer
much from
holidays.
those times, like even summer holidays. But so much we was doing. We was playing football. We was just doing everything.
Literally. Now I remember, but that's what the difference is between us and the younger generation is.
Yeah.
They don't have no time. Well, they have too much time to do things now.
They got too many distractions.
Yes.
Like we was outside all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Good times, eh? Good times.
But we learned a lot in it. We sort of found ourselves to a certain extent, but there was so much for us to do. We had fun swim. We had the youth centres. You had summer clubs. You had, even though I weren't born on the estates, you had the estate life, run-outs and all types of stuff going on.
No one ain't doing that no more. You don't see no one doing that.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
don't
saying.
see
I don't
no
know
one
what
doing
it's
that.
like walking
Run-outs,
through the estates
I
now,
heard
like
that.
what it's like.
Run-outs
but-
was lit though.
Yeah.
Lit.
Yeah.
Lit. He brought out some memories there. I can't
Trust
lie.
me.
Brought out some memories.
Yeah.
Nostalgia.
We'll go into it, like, but yeah, that's the times that we're from.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it was exciting. Like it's being an MC coming up in that time, and like it's a new thing. Like I'll come home from school on a Monday and be locked into Deja, hearing Nasty, Rough Squad, Roll Deep, Meridian. Their crews just one after the other, and that's what I remember. Like my first, it's gonna sound mad, but my first sort of introduction to grime was listening to Wiley on Deja.
Big up Wiley, sorry.
Yeah, big up Wiley on Deja. And I remember, because we used to tape the sets, I'd tape the sets, then write down the lyrics that he spit so that I could recite the lyrics and spit them back, yeah? I remember doing that for Wiley's lyric. And it's mad. Even D-double. And then, yeah, I was like, right, I need to start writing my own lyrics now. Like,
So would you say that you got your flow from a bit of everyone?
I feel like I've always liked fast flows. So like before the grime thing, I was always like hip hop was always something that's just been there, innit? That's like the father genre where they would call grime as a subgenre of that. Grime could be a subgenre of dancehall music.
Okay.
But like when you look at digital platforms, when you're looking at the genres, it's a lot of them don't have grime. It's like grime's a subgenre. So where it's birthed from, it's like garage has gone dark, and that's where grime's been formed. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
hip hop is the father genre, rapping over a beat.
Of course. Obviously, that's the foundations.
So I'm listening to Busta Rhymes.
Okay. Now it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean Busta
Twista.
Rhymes, Twister was one, but I mean Busta Rhymes is one of the originals. Like I remember having, you know, that chat rooms and all that.
Yes.
Like you had Black Chat. There was all different like online chat rooms.
Yeah, I remember them.
Forums and shit. And
I
I used
remember
to say, I used to put my name down as Busta. Don't know why, but it's because
of Busta Rhymes,
Rhymes was
obviously.
the influence. And then I was like spitting, I was like, yeah, I want to spit with a fast flow. Like that's the energies
That's
that
where
I'm
it
getting.
generated from. Yeah.
I mean, there's probably more, but I know Busta is the one of the main for flows like that, fast flow, like having clarity and just saying stuff, and it's all just mad. That energy, that's what I tried to incorporate early doors, but it's something that I built up. Like the flow is something that I built up. Like when I listen back, I'm like, yeah, I'm chatting gibberish in that lyric. It was more about the flow
than anything.
else.
I hear you.
So yeah, that's basically where it comes from. I'd say the main inspiration to start off with for the flows was Busta, but then with grime, the usual suspects, Nasty Crew, D-double, that's like my all-time favorite grime MC. Wiley, Gets, Kano, these guys are like who I grew up listening to and wanted to emulate that.
Did I just say your top three? Is that your top three?
My top three is definitely Wiley, D-double, and Gets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
imagine Wiley's in my top three, but I come up in grime at war with Wiley through Fire Camp and Roll Deep.
Okay.
So besides that, I've always respected his craft and like what he's done and what he can do with music. Always respected that. But it just so happened I was on that side of the fence coming into grime, and we was at war with the other side of the fence. So yeah, but yeah, I'd say Wiley, D Double, and Gets would be my all-time.
That's a strong trio.
Yeah.
Gonna take a strong 3 to beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got D Double, his style and his presence and the vibes that he brings. Gets, he's got so much substance and he's got flow. That's another thing, big with flows.
Let him cook.
He can cook. And then Wiley has a bit of it all really. He can make hooks. He's got flow, he's got substance, so it's a bit of it all.
Let's fast forward again. Now you're on Fire Camp.
Yeah.
When did the transition happen to Slew Them?
I left Fire Camp in 2009.
Okay.
Around them times, I think the camp was sort of moving in a different direction. Or it wasn't moving in the direction that I would have liked it to in terms of us. We had an album. Nothing was really transpiring with that. I mean, we recorded it, but I feel like it was just being held up and there weren't nothing happening. So,
what, your...
No, it's a Fire Camp album.
Oh,
We had
okay.
the Fire Camp
Okay.
album, and it was just sort of being held up. I mean, at this point, I'd already had 2 mixtapes out. I had 2 solo mixtapes, 180 Degrees on Fire.
Yeah. I remember that one.
And the next one, I think it was I Am Clipson or something. I had 2 mixtapes. I definitely had the 180 Degrees on Fire out.
So when was the Lat Work? That was when you was out of
Lat Work is closer to 2019, I think.
Okay.
Lat Work was. So these mixtape, we're talking about 2007. So 2007, I dropped my first mixtape, 180 Degrees on Fire. I done that all myself. I didn't get no support from Fire Camp. Not really Fire Camp. I didn't get no support from Lethal. If we're talking about, I'm in Fire Camp and you're Figurestone.
Yeah, he should have pushed that for you.
Like, I've brought the mixtape to him at one of his videos. He had a mixtape that was out. I showed him the cover, proper, everything, big cover, packaging, everything. Like, and personally, I just felt like, man, just maybe thought, right, you didn't need me to do any of this, so I don't really want to endorse this sort of thing. There seemed like there's a bit of bitterness.
What you feel like he wants you to feel like you need him. Is that what you feel?
Maybe he felt like he needed, or we need to feel like we need him for us to progress. Whereas in my head, the only person that I needed to progress was me. I control my own destiny. And that's what it was when you're in a crew that is sort of mainly controlled by somebody else. You're moving on their time. Whereas I was trying to move on my time. And that basically was the catalyst for me leaving Fire Camp and saying, yeah, I need to do my own thing. And then it just so happens that other members left and we were still linked up. So we created ABTM, a Bright Talented Movement. Big up Gam, because he's obviously left Fire Camp as well.
All about the money? That was
all about the money. It was a Bright Talented Movement, all about the money.
Oh, that's what I thought it was, all about the money.
Yeah, all about the money. But yeah, see, the times we was doing things. We started that up. We registered the label on company houses.
Oh, yeah?
It's proper.
A proper business.
Proper business. The first business that we'd open up in it. And these times I was young and we was just trying to live the dream. So we thought, just go about things in the right way. We own our own music. We own our label. Let's go about it. And to this day, I still push ABTM because that's the part of me, innit? I created it. Me and Gam created it. We had other guys in the team that left. I'd say was on the fence from leaving Fire Camp, but they was working with us. We was recording music.
Okay.
And it ended up that another group was formed, GMTA. I'm not going to be like not name calling or anything, but at the time GMTA, you've heard of GMTA, right?
I can't remember.
Great minds think alike. I'm giving them the plug because that's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember when you say like that.
Yeah, it's all happened. So that was formulated. I think that was more like Ozzy B, Lippy, Knowledge, and a few others. But like Ozzy, Lippy, and Knowledge was with us in ABTM to start off with as well.
Okay.
So for whatever reason, guys decided to do what they wanted to do, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to decide their own destiny. So they done that, and basically it was left with me, Gam, my brethren TP, who's play now, and my brother. There's a few of us, Baby Sham, rest in peace, Baby Sham. So we was doing that for a good few years. We put out some mixtapes. We had a radio show on Have It Live every Thursday night.
That was on internet
radio. It was also on the FM dial as well.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was on Habit, but that Habit was no.
It started on the radio.
What radio station was in Enfield or Tottenham?
Heat.
That's the one.
I remember you coming to Heat FM sets.
Yeah. That's where it started for me.
Yeah. So we done that for a few years, and to cut a long story short, I linked up with Rage. Me and Rage was brethrens from the ends. I knew him through music. We bucked up. We lived around the corner from each other, so we was linking up often. We was doing radio sets, making tunes, and it basically became like people was asking the question, "Are you in Slew Them?" Because I see you're on the sets with these man, but it's not correlating. We know you for Fire Camp though, but so we was like, "Nah, I'm not Slew Them, but we're Slew Them Mafia, which is music and family, the math."
Yeah.
That's what we had, which is an umbrella of Slew Them. So for people that don't know about them things, it's like the Locks, Rough Riders, Bad Boy. They're all umbrellas, factions, but they're all sort of connected.
I would have thought it was more like a D Block Europe sort of thing.
Yeah, you could.
And then D Block Europe, you know what I mean? That's underneath.
You could. But then that D Block Europe's like international, innit?
Yeah.
Them man are, D Block is.
Yeah,
I don't see them lot linking up with
D
Block. Like we'll go. I was recording tunes with Chronic. I was in studio with G Man. We're going radio sets. So us man was together, but it's always like the Mafia was a separate entity. Mm-hmm. So we done that, and I guess that's still valid today. We're still Slew Them Mafia. We haven't been recording as Slew Them Mafia, but again, me and Rage, that's like my brother. So we've got music. We can like, he can call me anytime and we can chop it up. Like, it don't matter. Even if it's not about music.
I hear you.
We've always got stuff
to talk about.
So that's just a bond for life. Like when you there's certain set of people, as you know, they'll go through life with you, and it doesn't matter what they're currently doing or what you're doing. If it's different things, when you link up, it's like you'd never left.
Exactly, but that's what real brotherhood is like. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Just me. I understand exactly what you're saying. But there's some people say, "Oh, you haven't spoken to me in a long time," whatever. You could call me, bro. Not disrespect. It works both ways. You know what I mean? But the ones that obviously we don't do all of that, and you link up, and it's just like we saw each other yesterday. That's the genuine. Genuine.
That's what it is. And it takes nothing for you to pick up the phone and call your people. If they're your people, then what's stopping you?
Exactly.
A lot of us have that issue where it's just like, I've not heard from him. It's like, well, I'm not calling him first.
Yeah, call them. If they pop, but that's like me though. As soon as the person pops into my head that I spoke to a long time, I'll call them.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah, you do that. So.
Yeah, I'll just call them. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't just let it go over the over the mountain. You know what I mean? I'll just call them and get out of the way, and then cool, checked it, done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? That's all it is. It's a quick 5 minutes, people. Check on your peoples.
Yeah, check your peoples, man. Serious.
Sure.
It takes nothing to reach out to your peoples.
At all. Would you say you face any challenges? What would you say your biggest challenge is in music?
Well, I reckon the first biggest challenge was leaving Fire Camp and doing things for myself. So the doors that had opened with Fire Camp, some of them closed, and some of them wasn't accessible to begin with.
So they close as fast as they opened.
They close as fast as they open, and I suppose that's how it is, isn't it? That's how you find out about the industry. So that, I guess, was a challenge. Putting music out yourself where you've got no funding behind you, you've got no label behind you, and you're not seeing that money. That is a challenge in itself. I feel like all musicians will have that challenge. If you've not already got a big balance where you can just throw sums of money at it,
exactly,
then you have to pattern that up first, and that's why artists can go into hiatus. Is like they're just like, I've got this project, but I need to do music videos, I need to do artwork, I need to do PR. All of that stuff costs money. So if you ain't got that from the jump, then you need to get that either whilst you're doing the music, or you need to do that first and then And for me, it's a challenge where you sort of start falling into having responsibilities. Like you need a job because you need to be able to start paying rent, or if you're living at home with your parents, you need to be able to give
Help
something
out, yeah.
like help out. And for me, it was like crossroads because I want to do this music thing, but I need to be able to fund it. So it's slowing me down, not having the funds straight away.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I guess that's a challenge in itself, trying to navigate through to be able to fund yourself. Whereas other artists might have someone backing them financially and they can just slap projects out. And
more likely, that's how it's been. No disrespect to anyone, obviously, that's done it, obviously, but a lot of the time, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And if you've got the certain people behind you, then obviously you can run it.
Yeah, when you got the machine behind you, or you got the person that's one phone call away from saying, all right, yeah, you can come in here and plug your thing. That's the difference. So I went from having that, like imagine I've gone from going on to Westwood and Logan or whatever to like, right now I need to pattern. And to be fair, I think I patterned with Logan myself. We had mutual conversations.
Okay.
It weren't through, I mean, I guess he knew me through Fire Camp, but I weren't going on to his sessions with Fire Camp. It was as a solo artist. And then, yeah, I guess other things happened. Like I went on Lord of the Mics. And for me, that was like a chance for me to showcase my skill set away from being in a crew. So it's like, this is me now.
By yourself,
like, yeah, you can see.
You stand tall.
Yeah, like, you do your thing, innit? Like,
so is that where the name Clipson came from?
That's where Clipson come from. So I left, when I left Fire Camp,
makes sense.
You associate Clipper with Fire Camp.
Yes.
Even to this day, so I've still got people that call me Clipper, and that's cool. Like, that's always going to be with me. But musically, I was like, okay, I'm going into the next phase of my career music-wise. So I'm like, and to be honest, one of the man them kept calling me Mr. Clipson. This is before anyone else, and I was like, it's sticking. It's sticking. So I was like, yeah, Clipson. And it made sense because I tried to break it up and I was like, clips on. I've got the clips on, like full clipped because I'm just shelling. So it made sense and I liked it. I was like, yeah, all right, cool. And also I thought it would allow me to like start fresh. So the projects and everything comes out fresh and people just seeing me as Clipson. Even if you knew me as Clipper, there's a whole generation of people that didn't know me as Clipper.
Yeah.
So they know me as Clipson. So it's like, that was my transition into the next phase. So that's when I went on Lord of the Mics, I went on as Clipson. But then you can see like in the clash, Jamin will say Clipper or Clipson. I think he's got a bias as Clipper or Clipson. Which one is it? So it's like an identification thing.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
Well, you say he tried to get you and you say you don't know who you are, basically.
Well,
say who are you, bro?
Yeah, well, for him, I don't know what he was looking at. Like, he had to think of something to come up to. It's a clash, innit? So you're going to try and come with some sort of narrative. And that's where he come with a narrative about you got kicked out of the camp, stuff like that. And that's good. I was expecting that, but that's what it is. That's what war is, in trying to draw people out. Mm-hmm. But I think I done my thing in that clash, but I'm telling you, because I feel like, because I'm clashing someone that I sort of know, and I say we're sort of with brethrens to a certain extent, it was like, can you go full-blooded or...
You can't really
go full-blooded. Really. So I feel like...
You held back.
I don't want to say I gave it, but it could have been a lot. It could have been a lot madder, put it that way.
Than what it was, I hear you.
Yeah. In part of me, I was like,
in both cases as well, though, he could have thought the same as well in regards.
Yeah, no, 100%. But even when I was writing, I was like, am I going too hard on him, or should I be going harder? Whereas like you didn't have hindsight to be like. Yeah. Now I'm like, I should just went full blooded and just KOs every single time. I've just KO because at the end of the day, when people watch it back, that's what they're gonna go by, what they see there and then. So I just be like, look, we might be cool, but I'm tearing your head off. And after this, we'll shake hands and move forward.
But that's what it's like, though, when you actually look at the footballers now. They know there's brothers on other side or whatever, but you see when they come on that football pitch, that goes out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So obviously you have to have that battle mentality when you go into war.
Level of professionalism as well. And like even to this day, me and Jamin are cool. After the clash, we was cool, but I feel like we had to keep up a certain narrative that for now we're enemies because the clash is coming out and. You need to create that sort of narrative, which was cool because we always knew what it was. But yeah, it's all good, man. I feel like you can't be an MC in the grime scene and you ain't had a clash, or you're not willing to step up to a
you're
clash.
not willing, yeah.
Like going on Lord of the
You got
Mics
to.
is a step, because it's a legendary platform. We was doing Lord of the Mics clashing on radio from the jump, so it weren't nothing new to me. But saying, I'm gonna go on that because it's gonna be universal, everyone's gonna see it. For me, I was like, yeah, that's a chance for me to
That makes sense.
showcase myself, and that's what I did.
Makes sense. So, has it ever been a part of your journey where you thought, you know what, I'm done with music, let me just give up? Have you ever thought that, ever?
Do you know what? That's probably more recent times.
Oh, yeah.
Like, more recent times, because now I've got 2 little ones.
Okay.
I'm like, that's really the priority for me.
How old are they?
My daughter's 3 and my son is 7 months now.
Newborn. Basically.
Yeah, it's newborn. So for me, they're my everything. Like the family setting, like Lolo, Sheba and Asha. They're my everything there. So that's the priority for me. And obviously, I love music. I've got music there. We'll get into, but I feel like being a father and being a parent, that's the most important thing in life. Being a parent, having to raise another being. It's hard. It's not easy. And if I had to drop music out to do that, to focus on that, like that's not a problem for me. So I feel like I'm not saying that that's the reason why I'm not doing music, but it is more or less the reason why I've not been as active.
It goes back to what you were saying about the funding as well, though, because like you said, that you've got to have a job, you've got to pay bills, but you got another load on top of that, which is your children. So that might create another barrier for you to even want to put out music in regards, because music's not just about putting out music. You got the promo behind it. You got the video.
There's a machine that
will help you tap into.
But a lot of artists have kids. I'm not the only person with kids or that's had kids. Like a lot of artists have kids and they're going through that same thing, and they're able to navigate and it works for them, which is cool. But I suppose now I'm a little bit older, the energy to be in studio and on radio and stuff like that, like so often, is not there right now. I could quite happily just record music. The dynamics of the scenes changed, for one. We used to be just doing radio, and then there used to be raves every so often, and then we do videos on Channel U and it pops. Now, it's like MCs ain't come up through pirate radio and doing radio sets, and
nah, it's all gone.
It's a bit different. Like now, it's different. You do your video, put it on Link Up TV, and them sort of things. Like it's a different scenario. Like, I've come
YouTube,
from a different era of it. So where I was most active, it was a different time, and I've transitioned into the next generation. But yeah, now, like, I've still got hunger. I've still got the love for music. I've still got the ability there.
So is there music coming out then? Is there something?
Yeah, so basically, I've got mixtapes. I thought it's only right that the mixtapes that I hadn't released on digital platforms, that the people get to experience them, they get them. So Mind of a Grime Star 1, 2011, dropped that after Lord of the Mics. And those times there, Baby Sham was my manager, and he passed away. Rest in peace, Sham. We had Mind of a Grime Star 2, that ain't come out. And all of these I've started formulating for the digital platforms. So they're going to be the next ones that drop, but it's like they're re-releases. They just haven't been on the digital platforms. Okay. So we done physical copies.
Yeah, but you didn't.
But digitally, that's the time where it's now. So it ain't been out like that. So that's what's coming out. And then I've got a mixtape, Lightwork 2. And then we done some visuals. Oh yeah. So that mixtape's there, it's been there, and it's just like the right time to drop it. So I feel like I won't just drop it like out of the blue. I'll do these previous releases that the people should have got, and then you'll get the new stuff. Like I've got a lot of work on my hard drive that no one's heard, music that's never been heard, and it's either me re-recording or I've got all the session files, so it's just mastering and slapping out. And when I say music that's timeless, it's up to the times now. So I'm not worried about not having new material or thinking, I need to book a load of studio time to go and record new music. Like I've got music there. Like it's not a problem. Yeah.
And you never know, it's probably one of those tracks that you ain't put out on the digital platform that can help you and obviously get to where you need to get to. But like you said, you wasn't in that era of digital and it wasn't streaming back then. It was all hard copies, like you said. But you need to transition. That's the only way things are gonna get heard. No one's buying hard copies anymore. Everyone's on.
No,
iTunes,
I mean they're nostalgic,
downloading.
so it's nice to see.
It's
them.
nice to have them.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you're a collectible, like, then it's nice to have them. But now, I guess the digital download's a thing, but also like being able to stream and sell from your own platform. Like people got like Bandcamps and stuff like that where they just sell their music direct to the consumer. They're not going through Spotify and Apple Music and that, because the percentages you're not seeing no dough like that. You're not seeing no big money. You could have 10 million streams, like it's not going to change your life.
Not to that level, but if you're getting 10 million streams, you know another 10 million is coming from somewhere, so you just got to keep pushing, man.
I mean, there's ways that you can make money from the music game, but streaming for me is not the. It's not the big. That's not the main source.
Of course,
that's not the main source. I think people might look and say, "Oh, he's got 10 million streams. That he must be caked."
No, it's more through shows and endorsements. Yeah. That's where the money comes in.
I see something where Snoop Dogg was talking about he had a certain amount of streams, and he was like, "How much is that?" And it was like $7,000, and he was like, "What? Is that it? I've got this amount of millions streams on it." So
it's like that.
Yeah, man.
It's like that.
But that's how it is now. I'm not mad at that. You just have to learn to adapt, innit?
And do more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
get more songs out there.
Yeah.
What would you say your biggest song is to date?
My biggest song to date, I'd say, is Another Level featuring AO.
Banger.
Produced by Ryan.
Banger.
Yeah, we done that.
Banger.
Maybe it's 2012.
Okay.
But I feel like, if we had digital platforms as they are now back then, because I'm not even sure if there was, but I weren't using them, but that would have got released. Because it's on my mixtape, so that's coming out on digital platforms on My Never Grime Star 1. So
okay.
They're getting that, and they're getting it as it is from back then. Because that's the whole point. The mixtape weren't released in 2011, so I just want to put it out and people can hear it as it is. So it's a bit for like nostalgia. It's going to be like that, but yeah, I'd say Another Level. There might be a few others, but yeah, that's the main thing.
I think I'd agree on that one.
Yeah,
but that being said, would you want to release another video for it, or are you just going to leave that things are just going to leave it and let people come across the video that's already out?
Yeah, they can plug the video that's out now. That's one thing about music,
Yes.
and these platforms is it's there for life. It don't matter if it says it's got 10 years on it. When you go and watch it, you go and watch it.
Yeah,
it's there.
Whenever,
it's whenever, innit? Because I'm not someone that's sitting there looking like, oh, it's not new. How many views has it got from back then to now? I'm not bothered about that stuff. Mm-hmm. It's there when you want to take it in, take it in. I'm not here for. You can't judge me by how many views I've got, because that's not where we're at with it. Like now, it's just you just judge the music for what it is. So when you hear it, you see the video. That's what it was back then. That's what we recorded. Like we got digital done to do the video.
Yeah, but with that, they might think, "Oh, I'm hearing this. I want to hear new Clipson now." So
yeah, but the point of this is for them to get that old mixtape that they never got, so that it's part of my catalogue. So when you look on my profiles on Spotify and iTunes and that, you got a catalogue, so you can say, okay, like, where was he back then when he was doing that with Fire Camp or after? Where was that music? So here it is. So when you look at my discovery, you can see, okay, that's the 2011 mixtape, that's 2013. It's all building up. So it's just about building up the catalogue so everything is on the digital platforms as well, so everyone can get it.
Okay.
So I come to these, like, do interviews or whatever, and they say, where's all your music? Like, I've only seen a few things, like, where is it? And you say, all right, cool. Now it's there. You can.
It needs to be on there. It needs to be in the forefront,
I feel like I owe it to myself to put that music out so everyone can at least hear it.
Good.
Yeah.
So going forward, is it any plan of bringing out new music, or have you not thought that far ahead yet?
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm not done with bringing out new music. Like, I'm still writing. There's still a plan to drop new music. Like, I'm still planning to drop Light Work 2. That's 100%. The people are going to get that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's timing. If I build it up so it's more relevant at the time, then so be it. But yeah, it's 100%. definitely going to get some new music from me.
Good. Because I, for one, want to hear some new Clipson.
That's it. Well,
I mean,
you know,
I, for one.
I'll deliver.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, we know you're an artist. We know you do music. What do you do in your downtime? What is Clipson time? What would you call that?
Clipson time in 2025 is me at home with the little ones, ramping, playing music, holding the vibe. Yeah, that's pretty much. And I think the last couple of years, it's been, yeah, I'll come back from my work, my day job, and I'm there, invested in the kids and with my partner. That's it for me. Like I love to do that. I love to do that.
All the other hobbies are out the window. You're done.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, I'm into the football as well. But this year, I mean, I was playing for a veterans team last year, and it's sort of like we were getting slapped up every week. So certain guys stopped turning up. So it's like, it might not be the one in the new year. So this year I've not really been playing, but yeah, that was a down time. Going kickball. But yeah, right now, family, man. Mm-hmm. That's it's a blessing, isn't it? Being active and around your children and just sharing experience with them, seeing them grow. For me, there's nothing better. So yeah, I'm enjoying that.
I hear you, man. I hear you. And I heard you earlier on in the conversation. You said that you had your top 3 artists. Me personally, obviously, one of my top 3 is Chip within the UK industry.
Yeah, big up Chip.
So I wanted to know where he stands in your line.
Well, I've got Chip on a high pedestal, to be honest, because I know Chip from when he was like 14. Mm-hmm. He was going on radio sets. He was learning his trade the same way that we was learning our trade, but we was just a little bit ahead of him at the time. But he's developed so much that he deserves his flowers now. Mm-hmm. Like Chip, he always was someone that you could see he was watching other artists to see how he could better himself. And so that man's spitting like that and he's got substance or he's got flow. I need to make sure I've got flow, I've got substance. And so he developed himself really well. Like from where he started to, like when he had no voice and then his voice broke, like I've seen all of that. And I definitely have him in my top 10 grime. I'd have him in my top 10 grime because there's so many man in it. Like
there are. But
he would definitely be in my top 10. Like he gets his flowers. Like even all now, like I'm seeing him, like I'm just like yes, because I'm saying that's little Chip, like chipmunk.
That's a chipmunk.
That's chipmunk. Yeah, that's chipmunk.
I'm like a monk, you know.
Yeah, he's. If you go back, there's a couple old chipmunk mixtapes that I'm on. That will show you the times that we was at, where we was all linking up. And yeah, man, he's come a long way. Big up Chipmunk. Early.
And he's still putting in the work. I think he just brought out a new track as well.
He's just put out a new album, I believe. He's just dropped a new album. So, because I've seen him plugging. And yeah, I've been sharing some of the things on there.
I don't think it's out yet.
Is it not out?
I don't think it is. I think it's been dropping, unless I'm behind.
No, I think it is. No, it is.
My bad.
It is. I'm killing it anyway, because if you ask me what the name is, I couldn't tell you the name, but I just know Chip's got a new album that's out. And
I just like the singles that I've been hearing.
Yeah, it's fire. Chip's like at a level now where you have to mention him in certain chats when you're talking about grime, and he's been doing it for a while. He's not sort of. There was a time when he went to the States and was with, I don't know if it was T.I.'s label. He was in the States because he done a tune with Chris Brown, and people was like, oh, he's not doing grime now. There's Oopsie Daisy single on Channel U. So it was like, what is he? But he's there and abouts, man. He's been doing his thing. So I ain't got no bad words to say about Chipmunk. You know, it's Chips. That's my guy. He was one of the youngest and he's definitely done his thing.
Still one of them. But you brought up Chris Brown. What do you think about him being in one of our prisons?
That's mental.
It's mental. He's actually in the UK. It's mental.
But you see, you have to put it in context. Like he done something, or he allegedly done something, and then he fled the country, and this is the first time he's come back since then.
Yeah.
So like they was waiting for him to come so they could nab him. But I just think you've put him on remand. Like, what is that? Like,
You didn't need to put him in prison.
yeah, like what is that? Like,
I think he's in Manchester as well.
Yeah, man's come over to do some shows, and I get they were on him. They're thinking they probably thought if he comes back, we'll get him. But really, like the guy that's done it, that guy who's the victim in that, whatever's happened to him, like there's
Now, allegedly, I thought they said it was a DJ that he bottled.
yeah.
In the UK, when you bottle someone, you're going to prison anyway. Yeah, but there's no proof that he's done it. You haven't put him through anything to make him go straight in remand. However, they probably thought he was a flight risk, hence why they put him straight in remand.
Yeah, I suppose. I think the whole thing's just dumb anyway. The man's here to do some shows.
I just think he did.
How much money is he bringing to the economy by doing them shows? Like
a lot, but that's what I think is really above our pay grades as anyone else's. I think he might not have been signing them papers that he needs to be signing.
And then at the end of the day as well, you got to look at it is there's a man that feels he's been attacked or he's been assaulted or something's happened and like he wants something to be done about it. So it's like, well, it's a bit of a sticky one because there's a lot of people that bought tickets to go and see Chris Brown and they're sort of thinking.
I think it'll be when did your show start? I think it's in the next month or so.
Mid-June, innit?
Yeah, but they'll get the money back if he doesn't think.
Yeah, that's cool. They're probably more concerned that they're not going to see him perform rather than getting their money back.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I think it will go ahead.
At least when you go places, you have to behave yourself.
Yeah, but I think that he could have avoided this whole situation and not come. Oh, he probably wanted to come and test the waters before the show just in case because he's got shows in London.
Maybe.
Just to see what's happening.
Knowing these people, they probably forget. Probably think, oh, I did that. I don't remember. And he's come here just like,
oh yeah, I've landed.
Because really, you should be coming and landing and going straight to the police station then because they're saying, let me see what it is. Or call, before you call and say, what's the current situation? If I come to the country, what's going to happen?
They're not going to tell him that.
No, but he can he can, like, he must have a lawyer can go and get information, find out what's what.
Yeah, being Chris Brown's level as well, 100%.
Yeah, like.
I agree.
Well, it is what it is. I'd rather him than me.
I'd rather him than anyone else. To be fair, taking all our females. Every girl wants him.
Where?
But I tell him, you find him, you're not going to be happy.
He's like, so a lot of people saying like he's the modern day Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
In terms of like his music. Like,
music wise, but I don't think he, you know what it is? Michael Jackson, I think, was on a different level. You know why I say that though? There was no internet. You had to go to his show and find Michael Jackson.
Yeah. That's cool.
If
we didn't have internet now, Chris Brown would still be big because his music's big. And it's like you'd probably have more people going to the shows now because they don't have the internet to see people.
The reason why I say that, I think Michael Jackson would have been a bigger star.
Yeah.
Now. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah.
In regards to the dance moves, the songs, if there was internet around then time. That's what I'm saying. It would be a much bigger star than he was.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. 100%.
That's what I'm getting in that respect.
He's like Mount Rushmore.
Yeah. Not taking away things from Chris Brown, but
no. There's certain generations like eras. There's kings of eras, innit?
Mm-hmm.
Like R. Kelly, he's a king of a certain era.
I know, but now I can't listen to his music again.
Well, a lot of people have that take, but it still don't take away the music that his music. He's still, R. Kelly as the artist is still one of the greatest artists.
Yeah, but now I think more deep into his music. When he says lyrics now, my brain.
Yeah. You have to dissect a lot to go through it, but yeah, there's going to be a generation of people that don't know about his music and they just know about him being what he is or what he's in prison for.
When he comes out 10 years later, like Vybz Cartel.
Yeah, and same with Diddy. People they ain't going to know.
Yeah, but Diddy only, well, that's another conspiracy. Let me not bring that on the show. A lot of conspiracies. But Clipson, what would you say your biggest fear in life is?
Biggest fear in life?
Biggest fear in life?
Losing my kids. Losing family, but yeah, my kids. Like,
that's deep. I felt that one as well.
I couldn't, like, there's, them not being here. That's my biggest fear. Nothing else even comes close. It's them, like, you know, if all parents know, then they just look at their child sleeping, and they're at peace. But like, yeah, you never want them to not be here. So any parent that's gone through that, you, as a parent, you can be like, you know what, that is deep. I feel that, like, I understand the pain that someone not so much understand it, like I can relate to it, but you're just like, that is a heavy burden. Like, that's just crazy. So yeah, to not go too deep into it, my biggest fear is losing my kids for whatever reason. Them not being here, that's what I fear most.
That's deep. 'Cause I wasn't expecting you to say that. I thought it was going to do something like, well, not something like, I thought it was going to stay on music orientated, but yeah, that's a deep one.
No, man, if you asked me that before I had kids, then you might get a different answer. But yeah, man,
fair enough.
Trust me, man, they give me a different outlook and energy. I will do anything for them, and that's it. All parents say the same, so I know why parents say that now. When I wasn't, and I heard people saying it, I'm like, okay, but now I understand it fully.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Well, this famous question of where you see yourself in the next 5 years. I probably see myself releasing more music.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean the little ones will be a bit older, so yeah, I'm gonna be in a comfortable position in life and be able to dedicate more time to music. So in 5 years, expect to see some more music, and could say 5 years, I might be hanging the gloves for the little ones to come through. But I'll still be around, man. Hopefully, God willing, I'll be alive and well.
Good, because obviously, when I say 5 years, I know that's not that. I don't want to see it in 5 years. I say within the 5 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Within
the 5 years.
Yeah, I'll still be involved. I'll still be active to a certain extent. I've still got loads of new music to come, so you'll still see me about. I'll still be about.
And what is it that most people don't know about you?
Most people don't know about me.
What is it? What is that one thing where, that may stand out to people that they don't know about Clipson?
That's a hard question. That is a hard question. It's a good question, but it's a hard one because I'm having to think, what is it that people don't know about me that would stand out? I'm a handyman by trade.
By trade?
By trade, yeah. I'm a handyman by trade. That's people don't really know about. I don't really talk about them sort of things.
So you know your way around the house, basically?
Yeah. Like I work in build to rent properties. So like I maintain properties. We do the building works and maintain. So I guess that's something they don't know. But yeah, I'm a handyman by trade. So when stuff goes wrong in the house, I'm there. I'm on point to fix it. I'm good with tools.
I said I'm good with tools.
Yeah,
I'm good with it.
I guess that's it because I can't really think about stuff that people don't know about me. Maybe it's a question for somebody else that knows me
that can put it forward. Yeah. This what not. Yeah, maybe the missus. Maybe when you go home, you can ask her, what is it that people don't know about me? And then obviously that will come to your head. You know what I mean? You just ask her. She'll probably tell you. But yeah, Clipson, we're going to get into a few multiple choice questions.
All right.
We're going to go, well, I've got 10 for you. But I need to ask you, what would you rather have it related to? The UK rap scene or the US rap scene?
Let's do UK. I'm from the UK.
Yeah.
I'll try my best because let's just see what you come with. But let's go UK.
Cool.
If it gets a bit techie, then
let's see how many questions it gets right.
Yeah.
Cool. Who is known as one of the pioneers of the grime scene? Stormzy, Skepta, Dizzy Rascal, or Dave?
Skepta, Dizzy Rascal. What is it? Only one of them?
There's one. There's one main pioneer that they're saying of grime is.
I would say Skepta.
You say Skepta?
Yeah.
I thought Skepta as well, but these questions that I've actually got, they think Dizzy Rascal is the pioneer of grime.
It's debatable because when he dropped his when he sort of moved away from grime, that was a long time before he came back on grime. So I don't know, but each to their own, innit? I'd still say Skepta.
Me personally, I think I would have said Wiley. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Wiley would come up in there, and that would have been the easy answer, but
they didn't use them. But they said pioneers, so
pioneer.
Yeah,
I'd still say Skepta over Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah, we'll change the answer. That's fine.
Cool.
What is the name of Stormzy's debut album? Gang Signs and Prayers, Heavy is the Head, This Is What I Mean, or Blinded by Your Grace?
Is it Gang Signs and Prayers?
Correct. Correct. Which UK artist won the 2019 Mercury Prize for the album Psychodrama?
Dave.
Correct. Which area of London is most commonly associated with the birth of grime?
Did it say Bo? Bo E3?
Correct.
Yeah.
It's definitely
that's a bit mad still. But yeah, Bo E3.
Yeah. What genre is Heady One best known for? UK garage, grime, drill, or dancehall?
Drill.
Good answer.
That's all I know him for.
Yeah, that's all anyone should know him for. I haven't heard him anything else but drill.
Yeah.
Yeah. What UK rapper is known for the track Did You See? J Hus, Mo Stack, Millions, or Nines?
That's J Hus.
Are you sure?
Did you see?
Hustler, baby. It's J Hus.
You tried to throw me there.
Yeah,
I'm like, hold on a sec.
Which of these artists was not part of Boy Better Know? Jamie, Wiley, Chip, Crep.
I feel like there's two in there.
Crep
was never part of Boy Better Know.
I should have checked over these questions before I asked you.
And from what I know, Chip was never a member of Boy Better Know. But Crep's the 100% was not a Boy Better Know member.
I agree. But now I'm going to go and double check this myself because now it's making me think that Chip was a part, but probably they associated him with Boy Better Know because he was around.
He was associated with Wiley with the Esky beat.
No, you're forgetting. He was around Skepta and Jamie more time.
Yeah, but Wiley was the one that was that pirate champion him. You know?
Okay, fair enough.
He weren't Boy Better Know anyway, but we'll say Crep.
Yeah, we'll say Crep. Crep is the answer, but yeah. Which UK duo released the album Revenge is Sweet in 2019? Krypton Conan, Young T and Bugsy, D Block Europe, AJ Tracy and Dave.
Crept and Conan.
Ding, ding, ding. That is correct. Yes. What 2020 collaboration brought together Heady One, AJ Tracy and Stormzy? Ain't It Different, Energy, Why, Only You Freestyle?
That one's throwing me. It's not Why. I don't know what Why is.
What 2020 collaboration brought together Heady One, AJ Tracy and Stormzy?
I'm going to have to guess this one because I can't think what it is. Only You.
Ain't It Different is the answer that they've given me here.
All right.
And the last question is, who is the artist behind the breakout track Thiago Silva with Dave? Either AJ Tracy, Fredo, H, or Unknown T.
AJ Tracy.
You sure?
AJ Tracy.
Correct.
Yes, come on.
Correct.
Well done. 9.
You got 9 out of 10.
It's not bad.
Obviously, I need to go and double check and make sure that the other one is correct in regards to Boy Better Know. But other than that,
I'm gonna check VAR.
Yeah, check the VAR. You check the VAR. But Clipson didn't only come to answer a few questions or do multiple choice questions. He come to drop a freestyle for us at RE-VERS. Clipson, give it to them, my bro.
Yo, RE-VERS. Original business. Clipson official. Large up Shawnee B on the beat. Large up my bro Rippz. Large up Rage Man. Man have a grime star 1 and 2's coming to digital platforms soon. Ready for them. Trust me. Look. Okay. Look, you ain't never gonna tell me I ain't a level and above. Skipping on the rhythm there and doing what I does. Sitting there seeing man take what's mine. Say it's time that I run up on the scene and clock. Yeah, man, I gonna set things straight. Grove Green Road ain't from the estates. Beaumont Boundary, Cattle and Prairie. Brothers round there all know my face. Yeah, man, I know my worth. Charge them for an exclusive verse. This year I'm about making progress. I ain't got time to be chasing skirt. Yeah, man, call me an OG. Cause I've had bars locked from a young team. Hating ain't gonna get you nowhere. Pure facts when I touch mic and speak. I was that cold back then. Never could have ever questioned this pen. Some of them I thought they were leveling like me, but they weren't, and they got peak in the end. I was on Deja, I was on Heat, I was on radio most of the week. I was on Grime way back when you never had a profile talking shit through tweets. Look, work my way to the point I'm at. Never told them lies, it was always facts. Got one away flows that they still can't match. Step back, get slapped when I style on tracks. Homegrown brother for the hood, I never had problems. In my ends, I'm good. Circles tight, and I can't let anybody come around me if they're fake or budge. Look, 10 out of 10, I'll kill them. 10 out of 10, I'll spin them. Send out the veterans, youngers, new generation. Put them in a spliff, then bill them. The man are not in my league, my tier of a division, and I love grime like a religion. Clipson's different, man, are gonna see me climb to the top, then question why they never listen. Lower than grime ain't given, thinking it is when it isn't. Half of these MCs slide to a whole net genre and think that grime ain't winning. Sell out, spin them, body bag them with the flows I give them. Head, shot, straight, wig 'em. Only a couple MCs can keep up when I start drop on rhythm. What's all this grime is dead? Bullshit, that ain't really making sense. Certain man are never gonna get nowhere, but they still come true and show down on set. That is love for the sport. Fuck what you thought. Grime is alive, not inside of the morgue. Anytime I hear a man say grime is dead, I just think, what the fuck are you bitching for? Weak men teach them, never beat skanks. Anytime that I touch mic, I'ma eat them. All they ever wanna do is hype up online. Quiet in a real life when I meet them. Flows for the weekday, you're the weekend. Better replay, cause the pen game's on 10. Don't bother send. I'm a warlord when it comes to the war. I'm a killer. Rest in peace to my dogs in the sky. I wish Baby Sean was alive. Then he would've heard man shout on this, and he would've said, I'm still that guy. I've seen too many man them go. No guarantees when it is your time. So I'm gonna live my life to the full. Every gig, thanks to the most high. Look, I don't wanna hear no chat about them. We are not brethrens, we are not friends. I don't wanna break no bread with guys that don't wanna work and represent. Too many times I've seen man linger. I ain't gonna stand there waiting for them. When I say something, just know that I mean it. I ain't got time to be fake and pretend. Look, it's big clip. How many man have been talking shit? How many man are gonna sit in the backside and wish they could spit a deep flow like this? No buts, no ifs, everything lit. I'ma show them what relevance is. Time out, then come back and still be a level above what they is. Levels, clips, they're gonna be vexed with you. Lies and actors, eking sues. They wanna chat about all of the crud they've done, but won't see a sentence through. Suicide, watch them man get moved. Put them in a wing with the real OGs. Then we're gonna see who's really who. I said, then we're gonna see who's really who. Slew them who? Slew them mafia, slew them crew. Large up rage, craze, G-man, them man I slew them through and through. Slew man when, slew man how. Man chat shit and I'll slew them now. Everyone knows how my team deal with things. Hype up and you get shut down. Car grime is alive. Holding the vibe, the flow's on 10 like 5+5. Not gonna lie, certain man tried, but the blood clock bar's been raised too high. Get me on a set with your favourite MC, and I swear not a lot of them will survive. When I come through, I don't take no prisoners. Everything dead like boom, bye, bye. Come on.
My brother.
Me man go mad in there.
My brother. Clipson,
Yeah.
day. You've been like that, though.
Early.
I've always rated you. Always come hard, fam. Trust me, blood.
I love my bro.
Always.
Come on.
Always, my brother. Always, man. I'm telling you, watch out for Clipson. So obviously he's going to bring out his old songs that are coming out on the digital platforms now. Look out for new music. Look out for Clipson. Go follow him on the social medias.
Clipson official on all socials.
Clipson official on all socials. So get that tagged. Get that in your diary. Next tune soon come. Wait on it.
Yeah, man, we there.
RE-VERS, we out.